Hey everybody. So this is this week's Snap Out of It video, and it is carbs after fill in the blank, after dark, after 6, after 9, after whatever. Because if you eat carbs at night, then, it stores immediately into fat and it causes the world to spin off its axis and long lines at the grocery store and global political conflict and all sorts of horrible things. This is nonsense. A lot of people out here in the know, not me, others, say that it's nonsense. I'm not even sure where it came from, except somebody else trying to sell a new diet book that said don't eat carbs. They got to come up with something that nobody's heard of. Now here's the thing. Let's say I have a craving for a slice of pizza or ice cream. Ideally, what everybody says is you should eat that early in the day. Well, here's the problem with that. If that happens to be a day where I'm working, I don't have time to sit down and really enjoy anything. I'm going 100 miles an hour. You guys know what it's like at work. It's slow as molasses until you sit down and try to eat, or you try to make a personal phone call, and then all hell breaks loose and you're the only person in the world that anybody can talk to. You guys know how this goes, right? So I can't ever plan a cheat anything or any meal. Everything I eat at work is kind of like grab and stick it in your mouth sort of thing. And then if you're interrupted, it's not the end of the world. You can come back to it later. I don't have one of these jobs where I get to go out for an hour for lunch and sit and relax and enjoy a meal. That's just not how I work. So if I try to eat something in that time, I don't enjoy it. If you're craving something, you want to sit down and eat it and enjoy it and get that experience so you don't crave it anymore. Well, if I just snorkel down a Hershey bar as I'm running 100 miles an hour, I didn't even taste the dang thing. So I didn't really get my fix on that. The other thing is that for me, when I eat carbs and eat real sugar, it makes me 2 hours later, I'm craving more and more and more and more. So if I'm craving a piece of chocolate cake or something, the best time for me to eat that is late at night. I know. Because then I go to bed, I wake up the next day, I go back to no carb, and I'm not going nuts. It's had 8 hours to get out of my system. If I eat it early in the day, then I'm going to be craving, well, and I already ate a piece of chocolate cake. I might as well drive through Wendy's and get a cheeseburger for dinner because I already blew it. And you see what I'm saying? So sometimes you can apply these rules that really probably don't even have any big effect and actually make things worse, because now I've snarfled down a Hershey bar and didn't even taste it, and so I'm still craving chocolate and still craving that. And then I might as well go through Wendy's and get a chocolate frosty and eat a cheeseburger because I already blew it at lunch. And so now I've added, I could have waited and had 180 calories for a Hershey bar and however many 40 grams of carbs or whatever it is at 8 o'clock at night. But instead I eat that for lunch, plus a cheeseburger, plus French fries, plus a Frosty, because I've thrown myself completely off kilter. You see what I mean? So, there's a lot of times that my work, depending on what projects I'm working on, carries me late into the night. I don't even get to eat until late. Don't get too hung up on that. If you're craving something and it happens to be 9 o'clock, you could go eat. If you're looking at just calories, if you eat something fatty, that's probably more calories than the carby thing you were going to eat. Just don't get too hung up on that. It really isn't going to sabotage you that much. Think about people who work shift work, graveyard. They're eating carbs and then going to bed. Their bodies are all completely backwards, right? I just don't think it makes that much difference. Jen Heward, with Honey Buns Fitness, doesn't think it makes a whole lot of difference. There's a whole lot of other people out there going, where did this come from? Let's not get hung up on this. Eat well as much as you can. If you have a craving or don't eat it when it works best for you to make sure that that's your splurge of the day. You're not going to have 5 more splurges. It's not going to crank up your cravings for more stuff. And you're going to actually, if you're going to go off plan for a minute and eat a big sugary thing, do it when you're going to be able to sit down and really enjoy it, take it all in, have that experience so you can put it aside and move on. And if that's 9 o'clock at night while you're watching your favorite TV show and drinking a glass of whatever, then that's when you do it. Have that moment, then move on. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.